name is MacSymon and I'm the 2017 Financial Planner of the Year. My career as a certified financial planner started in 2011. I completed the postgraduate diploma in financial planning through the University of the Free State, and it was in 2010-2011 that I did all 4 subjects in a year. It was a tough year, working at the same time, and so it was difficult to get the work-life balance right. There was obviously a lot of sacrifice and compromise, and I think in hindsight, I'm not sure whether I'd do that again. It was fast-paced, and although I managed to get through it, I think it would be better to do the postgraduate diploma in financial planning in not just 1 year, even though it's possible, but rather over 2 years. It was also the time, 2011, that I became a CFP professional after undertaking the relevant amount of experience. As a CFP professional, we of course focus on a number of different areas of financial planning. But I completed a dissertation in optimal asset allocation when I did my master's in economics at the University of Stellenbosch. And I joined a company called Private Client Holdings where I really could put my skills to the test. And I think that's the advice I would give to future CFP professionals. And that is to, when looking for a place in which to become or to practice being a CFP professional, ensure that you join a company whose values align with yours, and the type of skills with which you want to undertake, with the type of clients that you want to undertake. The activities, the financial planning activities that we can get involved with clients is vast. There really is no shortage or no shortage of supply with the amount of activities or business that you could get involved in. But I think it's critical that as CFP professionals, we stick to our strengths and ensure that we provide those services to the type of clients that we want to deal with. That's where we're going to be able to provide value. That's a critical thing to consider when determining what type of practice or what type of business you want to be associated with. I think also very importantly is mentorship. One of the benefits that I had at Private Client Holdings was a very close relationship with the directors of Private Client Holdings. And I think in building a career, you want to have close association with people that you can learn from, who've been there, who've done that, and who've provided clients with years and years and years worth of experience. I think you also want to be in an environment, potentially, and I think you need to give a lot of thought to this, where you don't necessarily have targets. I think what characterizes CFP professionals is the need or the desire to ensure that clients are provided an advisory or forward-looking type of services where there may be a financial product put in place, but the core of what we do is providing advice. But I spent 18 months at Liberty Life, a fantastic 18 months at Liberty, where really they have been renowned and are renowned for a fantastic learnership program, and really it was a great time for me to cut my teeth in the industry. It was in 2010 that I joined Private Client Holdings as a financial planner and a wealth manager. And in my experience, what happened is I did a master's in economics, an honors in financial economics, but I completed a dissertation in my master's year on optimal asset allocation. And I wanted to put that knowledge to the test. So I joined a firm which undertook a lot more activities around the wealth consolidation phase of clients. In fact, our ideal client are those clients that are possibly you'd categorize in their late 40s, early 50s, where wealth consolidation is of critical importance. And that was the type of service orientation that I wanted to be involved in. But of course, as certified financial planners, when we are looking at client activities, we're wanting to look at it from a holistic point of view. And so in any client engagement, we of course want to look at financial management, tax planning, risk planning, investment planning, retirement planning, and of course estate planning. It is imperative that the advice we give clients meets their needs. And in the absence of targets, independence is absolutely critical to providing that type of service experience. So I think you got to, as a future CFP professional, or alternatively as an existing CFP professional, really get a clear idea about what type of business values you want to be aligned with and what type of services you believe can add value to the clients that you want to deal with going forward. I think what distinguishes really good CFP professionals are three activities, three core skills. Of course, you need to rely on the technical skills, and that's what undertaking the postgraduate diploma in financial planning gives you. You rely on those technical skills that you learn in the course, and then of course through the board exam. But of course you need to rely on the softer skills as well when dealing with clients. The empathetic skills, the caring skills. And as it is the case, a number of people who become CFP professionals are particularly caring individuals. They want to see their clients experience a financial experience that is ordinarily better than they would have had they not been in contact with a planner. And so whilst you need to rely on the technical skills as well as the soft and almost the EQ skills, you also need to rely on entrepreneurial type of activities to become a really good CFP professional. Ultimately, there are going to be instances where you need to do your marketing and build your brand presence in order to get new clients. So there's a number of different skills that you're going to need to work on constantly. But in addition to those skills, and in addition to membership and mentorship, it's critical to have a good support structure around you. So whilst you're studying and building that network, stay in contact, understand very carefully the benefits of what one institution may offer against what another institution may offer, and collaborate accordingly. But it's an incredibly exciting career to be involved in. You build meaningful relationships with clients, you enhance their experience tremendously, as well as their beneficiaries and their families. And in that sense, it's an extremely rewarding career to be involved in. It's certainly not a job. It's certainly not the type of work experience where you can switch off. I've been called by clients 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock in the evening when they're in compromised, tricky, difficult family situations. But if you want to build a solid career, this is the type of profession that you'd be involved in. But I think critical to my success as a CFP professional was certainly the mentorship that I had at PCH. I had a close interaction with the directors at PCH who'd been advising clients for many, many years. And the simple piece of advice that I got given by Andrew Ratcliffe, one of the directors, was that when you're dealing with clients, simply follow an advice-driven process. And that is the 6-step financial planning process. If you follow that 6-step financial planning process with clients and ensure that you are looking after their best interests, which is ultimately what that process supports, it is the most effective way to match client needs with products, if products are required, and you'll have clients for life. You'll never ever have to sell a thing in your experience as a profession in this industry. And that's what it's all about. Clients know when there is your need to sell a product. They can sense that hunger, they can sense that desperation. But when you're simply wanting to look after a client's needs, and if there is the sale of a product or the matching of a product to a client, you'll never have to sell at all in this industry. And that's what being a CFP professional is all about. You simply want to ask the question to yourself, what do my clients expect of me on a day-to-day basis that is expected of the ultimate professional? And that philosophy embodies what being a CFP professional is all about.